everyone, I'm Gabby Fresquez, and this is Long Beach Connect, the show that connects you to everything happening in our city. We're here in the beautiful 4th District, so let's get started. Let's start off the show at Fire Station 17, where our mayor, 4th District councilman, and our Long Beach Fire Department had a good reason to celebrate.
The City of Long Beach continues to successfully thrive in public safety by restoring Fire Engine 17 in District 4.
We're seeing the restoration of Engine 17 back into Station 17. It's been out of service for approximately 7 years, since 2012. So getting it back is momentous for the community and for our system at wide.
During the commemorative ceremony, Mayor Robert Garcia addressed how Measure A played a key role in getting the engine back and running after the recession and budget cuts. The City of Long Beach continues to find ways to make residents feel secure as our community continues to grow.
We know that in 2016, voters adopted and approved Measure A, and since then, that measure has supported numerous improvements, restorations, and public safety investments. The Long Beach Fire Department annually takes over 72,000 calls across the city. We know that the restoration of this engine will improve response times across the city. So it's not just great for the neighborhood, it's going to impact response times across the entire city and across the entire community.
It was also a day of appreciation. 4th District residents responded positively to the return of service of Fire Engine 17.
Well, I'm glad it's open. I was disappointed in 2014 when it wasn't open. I was so excited when I saw it.
This is dead center of our district. It's a critical piece. Also for me personally, with my dad having worked here for 20 years, I knew the pride that the firefighters take in this particular station because it's right next to our training center. And you want a full functioning fire station at a training center where the recruits can see how these firefighters, what their career is going to look like moving forward.
Having this here on the east side of town is huge for us, both for the speed of response and the weight of response. It's fantastic for this community and for our system at large.
For more information and to keep up to date on the Long Beach Fire Department, visit longbeach.gov.
That's fantastic news for all of the residents and businesses around Fire Station 17. Thanks again to everyone who helped get Engine 17 back and working. This next clip is about something we all need to be prepared for: earthquakes. Let's take a look at this quick quake tip so we'll know what to do in case an earthquake hits.
If an earthquake happens, are you prepared? When it hits, and if you're outdoors, get away from buildings, since falling debris could be your downfall. And whatever you do, do not go indoors. Stay outside until the shaking stops. A safety message from LBTV.
Being prepared for an earthquake is very important, but it's also good to be prepared for aftershocks. Understand that there could be a lot more after the initial quake happens. In our next segment, let's head over to the west side of Long Beach to our multi-service center, where the start of a celebration is taking place.
The city's multi-service center dedicates its time to helping individuals and families facing homelessness. Through its outreach programs, case management, and social services, staff continues to do their part in reaching out to those in need. To celebrate its 20th year, they kicked off a 2-day event that featured many activities.
This is a time to really reflect on the overall impact that we have as service providers on folks that are very vulnerable in our community.
Staff and clients reflected on their experiences through poems and passages, each taking away something different during their time at the multi-service center. It also included remembering those who passed away.
I really appreciate you, your helpful giving ways, and how your generous heart, your unselfishness displays.
Soothing sun warms me inside. Mother seal swims with her daughter, watching birds fly by the water.
To those who fought on foreign soil, whose lives have been marred by the enemy's toil, who now must rebuild body, mind, and soul, and returning to normal is now the goal. A supportive welcome home.
Volunteers got a quick lesson on how to plant trees and learn their importance to the growth of our community.
These trees are planted as part of our campaign for I Dig Long Beach, 10,000 trees by 2022. We are planting trees through grants from the Port of Long Beach and CAL FIRE.
A time capsule with special mementos will remind the future of all the work that was put into resolving homelessness over the span of 2 decades.
We have on display all of the items that are actually already in the time capsule that will be buried here on site to be unearthed in 20 years from today. And then of course, pictures of our Homeless Services Division team, who has been really the key to making a difference, one life at a time here at the centers.
Finding solutions to alleviate homelessness is a group effort. There are many ways to give back to the Multi-Service Center.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is the close collaboration we have with nonprofit providers, with our other city departments, people that come and get services here. We welcome anybody who would like to contribute to ending homelessness in our community. I would really put that out as a call to action for our community.
Multi-Service Center, city employees, volunteers, and partners are doing their part to lift individuals and families in need. For more information on the Multi-Service Center, visit longbeach.gov.
What an amazing event. Tree plantings, bike giveaways, a time capsule. What more could you ask for? Oh yeah, another day of celebration. Let's check out the press event celebrating 20 years of the Multi-Service Center.
The Multi-Service Center plays a crucial role in assisting people experiencing homelessness and those on the verge of becoming homeless through their programs and services. Since opening their doors in 1999, they continue to successfully aid around 13,000 people annually. To celebrate their 20th anniversary and accomplishments, the Multi-Service Center held a celebration.
We are excited to invite the partners, our supporters, and the community to join us in the next 20 years.
The Multi-Service Center had a touching collection of photographs through the facility. It gave guests a glimpse of some of the faces that have struggled through homelessness.
So David Freeman is a real partner with the Multi-Service Center, and this is really his life's work, and they really represent why we're here today. They are portraits of people just like the rest of us that have had hard times.
There has been many changes over the years. The Multi-Service Center has successfully grown as it continues to gain support from its partners and our city.
We started out in a very different looking building. It was donated to us by the port, and it was wonderful because it was a place for us to be, but we have evolved just physically to this lovely, beautiful building we have now that is really client-centered and is focused on making people feel welcome.
Mayor Robert Garcia also recognized some of the organizations that have assisted in homelessness.
We have great partners, and maybe no stronger of a partner than the county as it relates to homelessness. I know that we got to continue to educate our neighbors.
Councilmember Roberto Yaranga addressed how the Multi-Service Center has impacted our city and District 7 over the years.
I think we're one of the most responsive cities when it comes to treatment of our homeless. This program itself has grown. It's providing even more services than it did before. But at the end of the day, our hope and our wish, our goal is to eliminate homelessness, or at least bring it down to the very lowest of levels.
The Multi-Service Center opened its doors with a mission to help people dealing with homelessness. With plenty of support, they have achieved their goal and more. As they celebrate its 20 years, they will continue to serve those in need. For more information on the Multi-Service Center, visit longbeach.gov.
What a great turnout. The team at the center has done so much for our homeless. They're true heroes. I'm looking forward to many more great years at the center. Congratulations to everyone. Now let's get an update from our Office of Equity to learn what they're doing for our great city.
As a city, we're the first city in Southern California to open a municipal office of equity, and many of our staff have been getting training to really understand, where we are today and how far it is that we need to go. That said, there is a lot of work to do. It's impossible to undo generations of structural and systemic inequity overnight or with one small change.
It's a different way of seeing things, using data to make better informed decisions. Thinking about who's missing from conversations and who should be making decisions or who should be at the decision-making table.
And so it's important for us because, at the end of the day, the residents are our main people that we serve. So we have to be able to serve the broadest swath of people that we can, and that's understanding that the 500,000 people that live here are all unique people with unique needs.
Everybody has their own life experience growing up, and because of that, everyone on this planet has implicit bias of one sort or another. And so we're getting to the point where we'll teach everybody here on our department about implicit bias, how to recognize it, and basically how to get around that.
I think it's important that as we're moving forward, as a very diverse and culturally competent city, that we must apply a culturally competent equity lens to the work that we're doing, and that's ensuring that community members have a voice in whatever we're doing.
So the last couple of years, we've had an Office of Equity that opened, and through that space we're really starting to look at what is it through a city that we can start to do, like what are the kinds of policies we can look at that help create opportunities for equity. But it also means that we're working much more closely with our community members. Community members know what they need, they know what their experience is, and we don't know it. And so it's really sitting with our community members and centering their voice in our work to be able to create those opportunities and to be able to help them create those opportunities across the city so that everybody's doing better.
A lot of programs do things for people. The Neighborhood Leadership Program does things with people. We work in partnership to deliver the program, but also after people graduate from the program, we have resources available for what they want to accomplish. So we found that neighborhood improvements have a longer life if the residents who live in the neighborhood are involved in creating those changes.
Right now what we're working with is diversity in recruitment and actively identifying different areas specific to the city of Long Beach. So not only diversity in itself, but also the residents of the city of Long Beach.
So at the Health Department, one of the things that we're doing right now is we've just created an early childhood education strategic plan. We were out there, we were really engaging in community about what does it look like when you have good access to early childhood care? What does it look like when you have great access to early childhood education? And through that, we're centering the voice to be able to create an early childhood system for people in the city of Long Beach.
So through our digital inclusion effort, we are strongly ensuring that communities that are most affected by digital divide have a seat at our decision-making table as we're shaping the digital inclusion agenda.
One example of how we really need to come together to advance equity is around the upcoming census. We know that some communities are harder to count than others, but that it's really important for the amount of funding that Long Beach gets, for the amount of political representation that we get, that every single person in Long Beach is counted.
The Anaheim corridor that was going to be replaced, we went to the community and we told them, okay, we've heard that you want this alley replaced. What else would you like to see in it? So do you want to see public art? Do you want to see some greenery? And this was a very long process of co-designing and really sitting down with them and meeting them at their meetings, meeting them at the times that they were available to kind of design and really get their input.
So when we look at the issue of economic inclusion and equity, we look at it as how can we help all groups of people perform at their highest level. We are hoping that over time we can close those gaps and lift all groups up so that our economy performs better overall.
One example is our Kiva Long Beach program. It's a 0% interest, zero fee loan that's available to small businesses here in the city of Long Beach.
We're really excited about the work we've been doing over the past 2 years developing the city's first ever climate action and adaptation plan. And that's because we took an equity lens to this work from the very beginning. Fast forward about 2 years later, and we've engaged over 9,000 residents who have helped us make a really robust draft plan that has policies and approaches that we never would have thought of on our own.
We're really working to build the capacity of the city to use an equity lens in all of our programs, policies, services, and other decisions. And so that means lots of staff training, lots of conversations about what equity looks like in action, how we engage communities differently, and really thinking through how we empower all of our city staff and employees to apply an equity lens in their day-to-day work.
The success depends on the application of the principles and practices of equity. And so while leadership is critically important at the top, it's also critically important that every level of staff within our organization has an understanding of equity principles and the practice and the tools and strategies to deliver on it every single day. Every single thing we do and every employee engaged in that effort, it's just, in order for us to be successful with it, we have to have everyone engaged and everyone providing some level of leadership on the delivery of equity.
As usual, there's always something happening all over Long Beach. This show, Long Beach Connect, is just one way to stay informed, but there are also many more. Check it out. You can connect with the City of Long Beach over social media on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also stay connected by heading directly to the city's website at longbeach.gov. And don't forget to check out LBTV, your award-winning local news and information station on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Frontier Fios Channel 21, AT&T Uverse Channel 99, and online at lbtv3.com. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with more ways to keep you connected to Long Beach. We had a great time here in the beautiful 4th District. I'm Gabby Fresquez, and we'll see you next time.